Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, daddies and dadas. This is Uncle Chris coming back for Cooking with Uncle Chris, Volume 3. We got Devan back in the house. Devan, say hello.
Hello.
I encourage you to go back and see Bucatini fra Diavolo con Umbere. Do you remember how to make that?
A little bit.
We're back. Today we're going to learn something new. We had a little bit of back and forth. What are we going to learn? Well, without going too into our deliberations, I will tell you that we've decided today to make a roast. Dev, what is a roast?
I don't know. Could you explain that?
It's because you don't have to do anything. You just put it in there and then you wait a certain amount of time and you're good. A roast is actually simple because you can throw something in the oven and then you can go about your business. Maybe you want to go play FIFA. You're going to have a good result. So we've decided today to roast a lamb. You like lamb?
I love lamb.
450 you should think of as cooking on high. Well, let's get back to that. We're going to flavor that with some rosemary and garlic. First thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to get out this thing. Why am I getting out this thing? So we don't get lamb juice all over the cutting board.
It's a nice piece of lamb.
That is a leg of lamb. Now, a leg of lamb has a bone in it, right? The butcher cut around the bone. It was flat. Then he rolled it and he tied it in this net. If we take that net off, it's going to fall apart. All right, what's the first thing we should do to that leg of lamb?
Salt.
Yes! Get in there and salt it to the point where you're like, I might be oversalting.
More?
Oh. Young Devan, let me show you what I mean when I say salted. Okay, I'm talking like salted. Now flip it to the other side. Go high. We want everything, not just like a little square you put right there.
Good.
What about that piece right there? Okay, good. Now we're pretty salty. So move this whole thing out of the way and I'm going to clean that salt off. All right, now we have a salted piece of lamb that is going to chill. There's a lot of things you can do. I've decided, executive decision, to employ a garlic and rosemary marinade. Do you like garlic and rosemary?
I love garlic and rosemary.
Let's do it. Now we're going to move this to the side. This way we can now use this cutting board without worry of cross-contamination. Let's deal with this garlic. The garlic is a pain. How are we going to get this garlic out of here? Right? I just kind of smash it. You know, I just get a little angry with it. And then I just start taking these things apart like this. How many do we need? We need a lot. This is where it gets awkward. Uncle Chris, how many garlics? I have no idea. I'm just going to look at it and I'm going to tell you how many we need. Okay, that's probably good. You're going to go on TV and you're going to see these people with their taking a paring knife. And they're going to say, oh, what we're going to do is we're going to take a paring knife and we're going to lightly take these pieces of paper off. And this one's coming actually quite nicely. Okay? I don't play those games, bro. Go like this. That's it. Just get it off there. You see what I'm saying? You do the best you can. This is not an exact science, okay? This is not an art project. Nice. All right, now let's get these papers out of here. Just throw them in the sink. Now we're going to cut that garlic into a size that is appropriate to rub on lamb.
Nice mince.
A nice mince. I 100% agree with that. Now, how would I do it? I would do it like this. I would smash it with the knife until it's kind of flat, so you don't have a hard time. And then, because I have a lot of experience cutting things, I would go to town on it like this. Now, I have a lot of experience cutting things because I used to work at a restaurant and I had to cut a lot of stuff. But nobody is rushing you. This is what you have to learn about cooking. Nobody's rushing you. If people are rushing you, then that means you just invited them over too early. Okay, what are you doing inviting people over before you're like done mincing? You gotta mince before they come over. I like to keep my fingers like this because there's no way I can cut them that way. See how I can't possibly cut them no matter what I do. If I go like this, I might slip. I can never cut myself with my knuckles like that. Give it a try. Don't go fast.
All right.
Rocky, Rocky, Rocky. Oh my God, he's left-handed.
Stop yelling while I'm cutting.
Okay, I like it.
Good.
I think that's a sufficient mince. Now, using the knife, while your hands are still dirty, using the knife, scoop it and put it in this bowl without cutting yourself. Yeah, good. That's a very effective technique, so you don't take 40 different attempts to get it in the bowl.
That's a perfect amount of garlic.
That's why he's hanging out with us for the week. Yeah, he's an agreeable sort of nephew. Now, rosemary's the same story. This is a pretty aggressive looking rosemary. So what we're going to do, now you can get fancy and do this move where you just go like that. Or you can just take them off one at a time. But we're not going to eat this branch. That looks appropriate given the garlic we have. This is a similar process. We're just going to give it a small mince. This, because it's a little bit flatter, you can go quicker. Instead of like long rocks, you can go short rocks. Nice. And then we're going to throw that in. Is it enough? I think so. I don't know. It's a pretty strong flavor, rosemary. We want this to be a paste. We don't want it to just run down the sides. What do you think about a little black pepper? Milk Boy's camera work. Is she focusing too much on the food?
Nope. There's a lid.
There's a lid!
Alright, I might have put too much.
Don't even worry about it. Just give it like 8 more grinds. You're safe
1,
with pepper.
2, 3,
Not that many, but that's good.
5.
5 more grinds. All right, let me get my rubber gloves on. I like to throw some latex on whenever I'm messing with some messy items. This makes me feel good. You gotta do what you gotta do, but that's what I like to do. Just lay it on nice. What do you think? Should we put some? This looks like a gang of garlic. I'm not even worried about it. Are you worried about it?
Why don't we just put the lamb in the bowl?
This is some serious garlic. Someone's gonna say, some online troll, you know how they are. LeBounty! What's this, the Stinking Rose restaurant? Are we eating all garlic or are we eating lamb? That's a pretty big piece of lamb. The garlic's gonna roast, it's gonna become mild as we roast it, it's gonna be fine. However, there will be an online troll. Okay, this lamb is going in the roasting pan. Do you own a roasting pan?
I don't know what that is.
Better question, do I own a roasting pan? This is my house, okay? No, I don't own a roasting pan. You're gonna get married one day and everyone's gonna tell you, oh, you gotta go to Sur La Table and you gotta register for like house things. And then you're gonna say, oh, I gotta register for house things because I'm an adult now, and you're gonna get all this kind of pressure. And then you're gonna go to Sur La Table and you're gonna register for a $180 roasting pan made by Allclad. And you're gonna use it once a year. And then you're gonna feel bad about yourself because you could have gotten a nice set of knives you're gonna use every day. And then you get, I like to buy these things.
Why was that so specific?
Because I wanted you to know why I'm buying this thing. This thing costs $1.99. Is it a little wasteful? I don't know. I mean, yes. Do I want a $180 roasting pan from Allclad? Where am I going to put it? Am I going to put it down there to take up all kinds of space? This is why I use disposable roasting pans.
You can put paint in those after you're done.
But what?
Paint.
Why would I have paint in this? It's going to have all kinds of like lamb juice. The problem with this is it has no roasting rack. I should have bought two. You can buy two, you can poke holes in one. Anyway, here's the concept you need to know. When you're roasting something, there's going to be fat that's going to render out of this lamp. You know what I'm saying? It's going to turn it into liquid.
I know what render means.
It's going to render out. So what people do is they have a rack, and then they put the turkey or the lamp, whatever they want on that rack, and then the things dribble down so that you don't have it's sitting in moisture. How are we going to solve this? We're good. So you're going to break this move out one day in like 5 years. People are going to be like, whoa! How'd you think of that? And I'm not even worried at all if you don't give me any credit. You can just be like, I don't know, man, I just thought of it myself. I already took my gloves off because I'm an idiot. We're just going to place it nicely on there. Cool?
Cool.
Don't drip it. Don't drip it. What's the matter? What happened? All right, so now we have the lamb in this. Where are you going?
Potatoes.
Okay. We gotta wash those. Now we have the lamb. Can you get in the shot?
What am I doing with the potatoes?
Get in the shot.
Surprise appearance from Neelafai.
Sanitation.
We had to resume scene because Neelafoy was a little bit worried about the cross-contamination that could occur in the kitchen. Okay. Are you comfortable with the sanitary nature of this kitchen?
I'm comfortable.
Okay, good. In this beautiful roast we have here with the makeshift rack, I realized that I have some space that I might utilize to put the potatoes in with the lamb.
Then the potatoes will cook in the lamb fat, and they'll taste better.
There's some pros and cons. So we bought some yellow potatoes for this situation. Now, these are potatoes. How are potatoes grown?
On trees.
Would you like to revise your answer for the camera?
They grow under the ground.
Yes. So you need to wash these things. All right. Now put them in a colander after you've washed them.
What is that?
A colander is this thing with holes in the bottom of it. So. Let's cut our potatoes in half. Can you see this, Neelafoi? We cut our potatoes in half, just so they fit nicely around the lamb and cook a little evenly. I also think we should put a little decorative edge on there. What do you think? A decorative edge might be nice. So a decorative edge might look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh! Put some decorative edge on this. Slower than me.
Surprise precision.
Don't go too deep. I'm hoping, I don't know if this is going to work, but
How much?
you need to go high, but more than you have been doing. See how you always land it in one spot? Now we have a potato
I'll mix
with
it.
all salt and no salt. High, like
Mix it,
this.
I'll
Watch
mix
this. Watch this. It's a little bit of like a back and forth move.
Okay.
See that? All right, now mix it with your hands.
Mixed?
You tell me.
Yep.
Okay.
Mixed. Am I done?
Yep. No, hold on. I'm pushing it on this pan, but we're going to try our best.
Oh, my hand's clean.
Feels good, right?
Yeah.
Is this pan overcrowded? A little bit.
No, it's okay.
Am I worried about it? Not really. Now, just to talk philosophically about why this is easy. I use low heat.
That's not crispy.
We need high heat because we need some browning. Why do we want some brown?
So it's crispy.
For flavor purposes and for crisp purposes, right? If we put it in there too long at high heat, it's going to burn. The smoke temperature of olive oil is like 400. It's already going to smoke a little bit when we put it in there. Okay. But if we don't put it in a high heat, it's not going to crisp up. And we're not going to have any brownness. And brownness is delicious. So we have to put it in a high heat to get that brownness. But then we have to back it off to low, medium, 325. Because if we keep it at a high heat, the outside's going to burn, the inside's going to be raw. How are we going to know when to take it out?
Guess.
We're not going to guess. One of the best parts about roasting is that it's a inactive process. What I mean by that is you don't have to do anything except wait. What we're going to do now is we're going to insert a probe thermometer into this meat. I'm telling you this to the camera because I'm going to end scene while I try to find the damn probe thermometer. Be back in a minute. Welcome back. This is a probe thermometer, Devan. Probe. Why is there this like a cord here? So a probe thermometer allows you to stick it in there and leave it in there until this thing tells me it's at the right temperature. So what we want to do is we want to put this, it's going to measure from the tip, in the thickest part of the meat. And then when this thermometer temperature, which now says 40, because it's cold inside there, hits 135, it's going to beep at us, and that's when we're going to pull it out.
Shouldn't the timer start when you press start?
I don't even need to worry about the timer because I'm just waiting for this number to equal that number. See what I'm saying? This will keep us from having to every 10 minutes, will you open that for me? Pull it out and check what the temperature is. Because we don't have any idea what the temperature is. Throw this whole bad boy in there. Close it up. It stays in there. When the thermometer says it's 135, that means that the inside of this is 135 and we can pull it out. Now, after an hour goes by and that thing's still at 115, let's say, then that's fine. We just keep it at 325 until it's ready. But we don't know the answer to that yet, so we're going to set the kitchen timer to 30 minutes. That's 30 seconds. Nice work. Okay, we're going to set the kitchen timer to 30 minutes. Now, we can go play Madden now. There's nothing else to worry about. If you were cooking burgers, you got to worry about the salt in the burger, you got to worry about the buns. You got to worry about who wants cheese, who doesn't want cheese. You got to slice the tomato. You got to get the onion. Oh my God, you put onion on my burger, I hate onions. You guys are like worried about undercooking it. Someone's going to eat a burger, there's going to be blood coming out, they're going to freak out. This, all we got to do is just wait and we're good. So as you can imagine, let's say a half hour comes by. Suddenly the guests show up. Oh, hey Johnny, hey, a glass of wine? Well, Chris, oh my God, you look so relaxed. How are you so relaxed? I thought you were cooking dinner. I am, man, it's in the oven. Cooking with Uncle Chris lesson, how to roast. We will be back in a half hour to check the progress of this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. 30 minutes have elapsed. Devan, it's time to check to see if we have any caramelization on the outside of this roast. Well, we don't have much. We have some. The garlic is starting to get a little bit toasty. A lot of aroma coming off of it. Toasted garlic is good, burnt garlic's bad. We don't quite have the Maillard reaction and continue our plan, which is to go to 325 until it reaches medium rare. And we will get back to you in approximately an hour when that happens. Any last comments for the camera before we come back in an hour?
No.
Okay, let's do it. We'll see you in an hour.
Wait, I have one comment.
Yes.
Actually, not done.
Dear audience of the world, Devan is totally insecure about his camera time now because he has grown up a lot in the last year and he can't stand to see himself when he was 13 a year ago.
We just watched it.
We shouldn't have watched it. It freaked him out.
I look like I'm 4.
It's fine. You're not 4. You're 14. You look great. We will see you in an hour with a delicious lamb we will carve and eat with all of our beautiful viewers. Okay? Welcome back, welcome back. Everybody's in a bad mood now. Why? Because it's taken forever to cook the Start over. Welcome back to Cooking with Uncle Chris, the lamb edition. It's time to pull this thing out of the oven. Everybody's in a bad mood because it took so long. Why did it take so long? Because this oven's awful. Why is this oven awful, Devin?
I don't know.
Because we're renters, and this is the cheapest crap oven you can buy. That's why. If we had our own place, we'd get a nice oven, but we don't have our own place, so we have a stupid crap oven. Now, the internal probe thermometer says 127. I looked it up, actually. We don't really want to be 135. That's like a medium, and then moving to medium well. I think we want to be medium rare, moving to medium after the rest. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull it out at 127. We're also freaking out because we're so hungry. Devin's eating Tic Tacs.
It's not because I'm hungry.
Because he was so hungry. I saw him eating Tic Tacs.
That's because I like Tic Tacs.
Back up. Money shot. Roasted lamb with potatoes and onion.
Doesn't look good on that silver shiny thing. I would love to eat this right now.
We gotta eat it. We're starving. We're freaking out. We want to eat right now. But we can't eat that right now. And the reason we can't is this roast needs to rest. Have you heard this term? This roast needs to rest.
Yep.
End scene. But now that it's out of the heat, it's gonna relax. And that moisture is gonna move into all of the roast. Okay, I'm just putting these potatoes on this nice tray we have. Just trying to waste time while we wait for the rest here. Let's throw some onions on top.
There's some crispy potatoes.
These are good looking. These are good looking. These onions are good looking. These are not called scissors. These, in this capacity, they're called kitchen shears. Oh, nice. Kitchen shears. Okay, we're going to kitchen shear this roast. It's not acid.
Yeah, I just don't want garlic flying on it.
Mm-hmm. Get this netting off. Okay, our patience is running thin, but we're going to wait 10 minutes and we'll be back with the slicing. Welcome back. The lamb is sufficiently rested. So what we're going to do is we're going to slice this with my nice Wusthof meat slicer that I got from OC.
What is it?
You know what OC is? No. OC's my dad. You don't know OC?
No.
I think maybe it might be easier to just kind of use it into two pieces. So I'm going to take this piece and put it aside. Tell the camera what you're feeling.
I'm not feeling, I'm just smelling.
That's what I'm saying. Tell the camera what you're feeling. A little bit of a bias like this usually looks pretty good. Onto the plate. Okay, how thick do you like it? Something like that? Mmm! I'll do one more, then your turn. Okay, right here, what do you think?
Yeah.
Long, smooth strokes. Fight through it, man. I mean, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, me neither.
All right, last cut. Just cut that bad boy in half, throw them right on top. Perfect. All right, now let me teach you something very important. Don't put that there. Put it right here. Now get out here. Now, Bert, before you ever bring anything to the table, you gotta take the chef. Check it out. Good. Put a high up one of these is always good. Roasted leg of lamb, yellow potatoes, a little onion to go with it.
That's so good.
Tell the camera stop telling me things.
That's very good. That's a very good leg of lamb.
If you made this at 14, people would be blown away. And it's not even hard. I suggest that you do. It's been a pleasure having Devan Zakaria back. He's 14 now, he's 4 inches taller.
Don't watch Volume 2.
He doesn't want you to watch Volume 2. But we'll see you next year where we're going to make beef Wellington once I figure out how to buy a whole beef tenderloin. Sound good?
Yeah.
Let's eat, man.
I got stressed out because you got stressed out, and then I got hungry.
Of course I'm stressed out.
And then you got, and
After all that waiting, it's actually a little bit overcooked. I mean, I was like...
And then you yelled at the lamb.
Can I get you a potato here, sir?
I love potatoes.
Would you like an onion here, sir?
Yes,
How about a slice of lamb?
absolutely.
How many would you like?
3.
Now, next time, we'll talk about making a gravy.
Thank you.
All right, Nevafoy on the camera. It's time to eat dinner. Cheers.